Jimmy Murphy, CLNS Media here, and we are at Warrior Arena in Brighton, of course, the Bruins practice facility. Bruins prospect development camp going on this week, day 2. And, you know, well, there's some good little stories, good little nuggets coming out of that camp, and some good young prospects that, hey, you never know, could be in the lineup come October. There'll be some spots that will be open there for these players to push for. Let's face it, nobody really cares about that right now. No offense to these prospects or to the development camp. It's a wonderful thing, but if you're thinking about the Boston Bruins right now, you're thinking about one person, and that's John Tavares. And as we know, according to, I believe it was Darren Dreger reported on Wednesday morning via Twitter, that the teams have been finalized. He was meeting with the final teams, the final 2 teams today on Wednesday, and that's it. And it's going to be either the Dallas Stars, the Toronto Maple Leafs, the San Jose Sharks, of course the New York Islanders, the Boston Bruins, or the Tampa Bay Lightning. And the Bruins had their pitch on Tuesday. Cam Neely, Bruce Cassidy, and of course General Manager Don Sweeney were down there in LA pitching to John Tavares. Have no idea what went on in there. All we know is it was, to that point, the shortest meeting they had, which a lot of people on Twitter, when they saw that on Tuesday night, were freaking out saying, well, that's not good. It was the shortest meeting. You want to listen? No, listen. Short and sweet is the way you want it. You don't want to, like, bore Tavares to sleep. I mean, how much stuff can you tell him? You go in there, you give him your pitch, you shoot the breeze for a while, let him ask a few questions, and you get out of Dodge and hope that you did well. I think that's great that they're the shortest meeting. I hope it stays that way. I hope after the 2 meetings on Wednesday, they remain the shortest meeting. You know, my dad once said, you got to make it like a good dress. Long enough to cover the subject, short enough to be interesting. And I'm telling you, that's probably what Cam Neely, Cassidy, and Sweeney did. And one thing that I think, I'm going to relay it back to the prospect camp here, is it got me thinking when he said it. Kyle Kaiser, who's a goalie prospect here in camp, he was here during the Toronto Maple Leafs Boston Bruins first-round playoff series. He was talking to me today about that experience being there. He was just a black ace. He was just here for practices and in case somebody got hurt. But he kept raving about the balance of veterans and youth and the chemistry between them in the dressing room and the way he was able to witness that firsthand. If I was Don Sweeney, that is something I'd be really focused on in pitching to Tavares, because not many teams can boast that. The Bruins right now have one of the deepest prospect pools in the NHL. Some of them already at the big league level with experience. And they also have a veteran core who's won a Stanley Cup. You think about the likes of Zdeno Chara, Patrice Bergeron. I won't mention David Krejci because chances are, if they sign Tavares, David Krejci will be shipped out of here. But that is a huge thing to be able to pitch to prospective free agent signings. So I think that's an advantage the Bruins have going for them right now. They're also an Original Six franchise. And the other thing is, of course, is Patrice Bergeron, who's very tight with John Tavares. They were great line mates in Hockey Canada. So I think the Bruins have a better chance than a lot of people are thinking right now. This has not been something that Sweeney just said, oh, we just want to go there, see what it's like, and we know we're not going to get him anyways. No, they've been planning this for a while. I had sources telling me, and I wrote about it on CLNS Media in our Bruins Buzz on Tuesday night. I had sources telling me Tuesday that the Bruins had already asked David Krejci and David Backes for a prospective list of teams, should they then be asked later on to waive their no-movement clauses. I want to stress it. They didn't say they were asked to waive the no movement. They were asked to give a list of teams just in case it got to that point. One source told me that this might have happened back, at least with Krejci, back at the NHL trade deadline. I can tell you, I've been hearing David Krejci's name in trade chatter for a while now, even dating back to last summer. So it's clear the Bruins have been looking at different options up the middle as time has gone on over the last year. And I think that's what's happening now. And I wouldn't be the least bit surprised that even if they don't get Tavares, Krejci is still moved and they do something else in that second center slot there. We'll see. It's going to be very interesting. But I got to give the Bruins props. They were going for it. They know that they can be good in the future, but they also know that they have a window to win the Cup right now. And bringing John Tavares in achieves both of those things. And I got to give a lot of credit to management and to the coaching staff that they put themselves in this position to be able to have a seat at the table there. For CLNS Media, I'm Jimmy Murphy.